Day I said, I do, to my boss. I thought I had found my fairy tale ending. My name is Isabella, and for 6 years I gave everything to that company. I started as a junior analyst, working late nights while others went home to their families. I was dedicated, ambitious, and quietly climbing the ladder. Then came Alexander, my boss. Charismatic, successful, and 15 years older than me. He had a way of making me feel like the only person in the room who truly mattered. Our late strategy meetings turned into deep conversations. He praised my ideas, supported my growth, and slowly, my admiration turned into love. When he proposed after 2 years together, it felt like destiny. You're not just my best employee, he told me, you're my partner in every way. We got married in a beautiful seaside ceremony with colleagues cheering us on. I believed I had it all: love, career, and security. But what I didn't know on that perfect day was that our marriage was built on a hidden truth. A secret so deep it would eventually shatter everything I believed in. 6 months into our marriage, small things started feeling off. Alexander became distant. Phone calls he took in another room. Sudden business trips that seemed unnecessary. I brushed it away, telling myself I was being insecure. After all, he was a powerful man with big responsibilities. I was just lucky to be by his side. Or so I thought. One quiet evening, while he was away on another urgent trip, I found something that planted the first seed of doubt: an old photograph tucked in his drawer. It showed him with another woman and 2 young children. My heart skipped, but when I asked him gently, he laughed it off. That's my sister and her kids. Don't worry, my love. His smile was so convincing I believed him. I had no idea that smile was hiding a betrayal that would break me completely. The cracks grew wider over the next few months. Alexander's affection turned cold. He criticized my work in front of the team, something he never did before our marriage. Isabella still has a lot to learn, he would say with a chuckle, as if I weren't his wife. The same man who once lifted me up now seemed determined to keep me in my place. I felt confused and heartbroken. At home, he was distant. Our conversations became surface level. I started sleeping in the guest room some nights, crying quietly so he wouldn't hear. The emotional pain was overwhelming. I had given him my heart, my trust, and my career, and it felt like he was slowly destroying all of it. Then came the day everything changed. I was working late at the office when I accidentally opened a shared company folder I wasn't supposed to access. Inside were documents that exposed his secret. Alexander wasn't just my boss and husband. He was still legally married to someone else. The woman in the photo wasn't his sister, she was his wife of 12 years. The children were his. He had hidden them in another city while building this new life with me. Worse, he had been using our marriage to secure a major promotion and silence questions about his past. I was never his true love. I was a strategic move. A younger wife who made him look stable and committed to the board. I sat on the office floor that night, papers scattered around me, tears falling freely. My world felt completely shattered. The betrayal cut so deep because it wasn't just romantic, it was professional too. The man I trusted most had played me for years. I felt foolish, broken, and deeply alone. For weeks I lived in silence, pretending everything was normal while inside I was falling apart. I questioned my judgment, my worth, everything. How could I have been so blind? But in the middle of that darkness, something shifted. The pain slowly turned into clarity. Then into quiet strength. I realized I had 2 choices: stay broken or rise above this betrayal. I chose strength. I started gathering evidence quietly. Emails, documents, bank records. I spoke to a lawyer in confidence. I stopped shrinking myself and began preparing for the truth to come out. Until everything changed at the annual company leadership summit. The summit was held at a luxury resort. Alexander was scheduled to give the keynote speech about leadership and integrity. I sat in the front row, calm on the outside, heart racing within. As he stood on stage speaking about trust and vision, I felt the weight of all my pain and preparation. When the Q&A began, I raised my hand. The room quieted as people recognized me as his wife. I stood up slowly, my voice steady and clear. Alexander, you speak so beautifully about integrity. But how do you balance that with hiding a wife and children in another city for years? While promising me a real marriage? Gasps filled the ballroom. Alexander froze, his confident smile fading. I continued calmly, projecting slides I had prepared with undeniable proof, marriage certificates, photos, and financial trails. The truth unfolded in front of 200 executives and board members. His face turned pale. He tried to speak, to twist the story, but the evidence was too strong. "This is a misunderstanding," he stammered. But no one believed him. In that moment, the powerful man who had controlled everything lost his grip. By the end of the week, the board launched an investigation. Alexander was removed from his position. His reputation, once untouchable, was exposed. The other woman reached out to me. She had suspected something for years. We didn't become friends, but we both found closure. I didn't scream or seek cruel revenge. My calm truth was enough. I left the company with a generous settlement and started my own consulting firm. Today I stand taller, wiser, and at peace. This betrayal taught me one of the hardest yet most valuable lessons: never tie your worth to someone else's lies. When someone destroys your trust, you don't have to destroy them back. You simply expose the truth and rebuild yourself stronger. Your heart may break, but it can also heal. And sometimes, the greatest justice is simply refusing to stay broken. Walk away with grace, protect your peace, and let your new life be your quiet victory. You deserve real love, real respect, and most importantly, you deserve to choose yourself, always. Thank you for listening to my story. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted deeply, know that your calm strength can change everything. You will rise again, brighter than before.